The torpedoes are flying. Oh my god, the torpedoes are flying. What is on the go? Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to Wolfpack. TMTC1, as he's known on Twitch, Matt, my guy, hooked me up with a copy of this game over the weekend. And Matt, if you're seeing this in the future, thank you so much, my guy. I really cannot thank you enough. Yeah, so now we've got our hands on Wolfpack. Let's take a little peek. All right, here we are in the North Sea. Here are my bot friends. Hello, bot friends. Hello. So we've got our steers dude. He's controlling speed and so on and so forth, which is awesome. Got my dive officer here. Got my nav officer. Let's go forward, I guess. Got the good old officer cabin. We've got ourselves our hydrophone operator right here. Hello. Forward torpedo room. We've got ourselves a torpedo ready to rock and roll right here. What I was trying to say a minute ago, it feels like there's a lot more room in this sub. Like, it feels like you're traveling a much greater distance when you're moving around. We've got some valves. We've got an intercom, which I'm told works. So I could actually call the diesel room or the electromotor room, control room. I can actually in-game call people and talk to them via these intercoms. Okay, so here we've got our Enigma. We got Morse code. We have radio direction finding. So you're actually going to turn that little hoop at the top of the conning tower and use it to pick up where you're getting these transmissions from, right? So that's pretty cool. We also have a radio. Someone told me... No. Okay, I think if I turn bots off, there's actually a record player somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, I gotta stop it because I'm gonna get a DMCA, but still, how mint is that? You can listen to the records while you're playing. That's so cool. All right, crew quarters. Can't interact with this stuff. This feels really immersive, like almost excessively so. Got the galley. I don't even know, like, maybe they're gonna have people like do stuff. Oh, we got a little toilet here. Got a head. We've got storage. That's so neat. There's the escape hatch. Okay, so here is the engine room, obviously. You are actually going to be able to, like, run the diesels from this station. Like, literally turning all of these knobs and dials and whatever to get the diesels up and running. It is... I'm absolutely astounded at the level of detail that is going on in this game. I really can't explain it to you. So we've got the electro room here. We have an electric compressor here, but it's currently non-functional, and we have the diesel compressor here, which you can actually function to turn up your dials on your compressor. We got the aft tube there as well. A little interesting note is, I want to say, yes, here you actually have a manual steer control, a manual backup rudder. So if your boat becomes damaged to the point where nobody up top can, or not, nobody forward can steer, you can actually come back here, turn this crank, and steer the boat, right? Like, I gotta tell you, I'm very impressed, extremely impressed. You know, it's, I honestly, like, the labor of love that this game represents, because this is made by the people over at SubSim, the forum. I don't know if anybody's aware. They built this game, and I think that's gorgeous in a way because it doesn't feel like something they built to get rich off of. Like, I think they've been looking to build the game they've always wanted. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it just looks absolutely wonderful. Let's see now. So we've got our safety indicators here. Since I have bots turned on, this is all blank. If you have bots turned off, this will tell you whether or not hatches and stuff is closed. And you have to make sure that all of these lights are on before you go to dive stations, right? So that's, again, attention to detail. So we got our dive valves here. So this is your ballast tank control. This is your trim tank controls. And then you've got your negative tank controls here. You know, give me time, give me time. So we've got engine selectors here in the conning tower. Obviously, we have an alarm here for dive. So you'll actually hit that when you want to give the order to dive. We've got our direction, a rudder. We have another intercom. And I do believe that a speed indicator is coming in the next update as well. So here we've got our TDC. You've got the impact angle that it's going to hit at, target speed, torpedo depth, which is a nice touch, range to target, length of target, angle on bow, spread angle. I guess you change this if you want the torpedoes to spread out further. Gyro angles again. We have torpedo status here showing us that we have 5 torpedoes that we can use because they're lit up. When you actually use a torpedo, this tube will be empty and you have to drag the torpedo into the tube in order to reload it. So you've got angle tracking, you've got the UZO off, attack periscope, and observation scope, which you actually have to make each selection. Here's your tube selector, so tube 1, tube 2, tube 3, and so on. And then your salvo selector. So if you wanted to fire 1, 2, and 4, 1, 3, and 4, 1, 3, 2, and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, and the last selection is 1 and 4. It'll actually tell you here how long it's going to be before the torpedo reaches target too. So that's very, very cool. Extremely cool. Attack periscope is here. You actually have to raise it. Let's see. So target ship is off our port bow, bearing towards us. We have target ship off the starboard bow, heading away. And another target ship off the starboard stern, heading away. Looks like that's that. Okay. So let's go up the ladder here. Have a little peek. Okay, so here we are up top. We've got our course indicator here. We have rudder controls here, so we can actually control the rudder from the conning tower. Compass, UZO. We've got the anti-air gun, the flak gun. All right, climb down the ladder. It's just so much, it feels so much bigger. Again, I think it has a lot to do with the 90-degree point of view, but still. So you can run by holding shift, which is nice. You've got the deck gun. Oh. Wowzers. Boom! Whoa, that's got way more... Oh! I didn't think that was gonna hit. Oh my god, okay. Oh, the noise! That is so cool. So cool! Okay. Let's go mess about a little bit, see if we can do some stuff. See if we can do some stuff. Okay, then. Let's go ahead and take a look at the target to our starboard. We're gonna have to give an order to move here. So if I use the 1 key, the 2 key, and the 3 key, I can get access to some of these controls. Okay. So what I want is, I'm gonna hold shift to select both engines. I want both engines to diesel. Good. And I want both engines ahead slow. Perfect. Now again, if you turn bots off, none of this is... You don't have any of this. You've got to rely on somebody on the TDC doing this for you. Okay, we're coming up to 6 knots. What I'd like to do is get parallel to this target, and then we can take a speed check on it. So let's see. I'm seeing 2 islands, split superstructure, and 2 masts. Okay, so if we bring up our... Oh, I just hit the C key and everything locked up. Oh, there we go. Okay, merchant ships. Engine is aft. Superstructure is split. There are 2 islands, front and aft. And as I recall, it was mast, funnel, right? Okay. It's not actually lining up to what I remember seeing, so we're going to go ahead and close this and take another look. So once again, we've got an island forward, an island aft. So it's possible that these are something called a king post as opposed to a mast, right? I don't understand what the difference between them is. I really don't. It's always been a real challenge for me. So we're going to change that to king post funnel and see what happens. So C, KKF. Perfect. Okay. So these things are king posts. It's a heavy tanker type 12. We're going to go ahead and identify it. So her mast height is 28 meters. So if we go ahead and bring up our distance table, change the target to 28 meters, and we've got to try to get the height of this thing. It's looking like roughly 3 ticks, which means she's 3,400 meters away, which is kind of weird. Doesn't look like it's 3,400 meters away, but it's actually, wait, it's actually 4 ticks. More like 2,600 meters. 2,600 meters. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do this now. Sitting roughly at 22 degrees. 22 degrees and 2,600, I said, I think. So 22... First we gotta zero this. 22 at 2,600 puts her right about... Oh, roughly there. So I'm gonna place an X. And that is approximately where the ship is. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, since we're in the tutorial, I can check my math on that. I just want to make sure I'm playing this correctly. We were pretty close. We're pretty damn close. She's actually more like 2,200 meters away, but that is perfectly acceptable in my book. Perfectly acceptable. What we're going to do now is have them steer out this way a bit. Bring it over to 0, 0, 0. And soon we're going to be taking a speed check off this once these crossbars become 1, showing that I'm roughly at a 90 degree. Let's see if I remember now. It's going to be length of the target ship multiplied by, no, divided by seconds multiplied by 1.94. Okay, so we're roughly at the 90 that I want now, so I'm going to go ahead and give the order to stop engines here. Tell them to fire down both engines. So I hit the T key, and now I've got a little timer down here in the corner. You want to be holding the left mouse button to keep your periscope steady here. It is going to take a long time to do it, obviously, but, you know, it's a more realistic game, right? Okay, so I'm going to need a calculator. I need a calculator because I don't know math. I'm not a math person. I need my ship. Let's see. Length is 150. So, if I'm doing this correctly, it should be 150 divided by, let's see, 2 minutes is 120 seconds, 143 seconds divided by 143 multiplied by 1.94. Gives me a speed of 2.03 knots for my target. 2.03 knots. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that, actually. Here on the old TDC. Basically just 2. 2 knots. There we go. Now the length... The lengths... I'm going to fire 2 torpedoes, so I'll plug in the length. The length is 150 meters. Right here. Let me grab you. 150 meters long. Good stuff. She's currently sitting at roughly a 90 degree bow left to me. Ooh, backwards. Okay. Roughly 90. And I'm going to get a range really quick. My instinct is telling me that the range is 10. She's about... That can't be right. I must be doing this part wrong. Maybe it's got to be like this. I think it really matters what you're zoomed into. So almost like 2.5 ticks gives me, oh, I don't know. Let's say 1,400 meters is probably good. It's actually at a 60 degree, but it's really close to a 90. What did I just say? It's 2.5 ticks gets me, yeah, let's say 1,400. Let's go ahead and call it 1,400. Yes, thank you, the AP thing. Much obliged. 1,400. 14 hundo. One. I gotta zoom in farther. My eyes are bad. 11, 12, 13, roughly 14. It's going to be a little bit off. The angle on bow doesn't really make sense. It's actually much more like this. Oh, it's because I switched it. It's going to be more like 94. Let's pretend. Pretend it's 94. Okay, so we want a salvo shot. Let's go ahead and fire tubes 1 and 3. Set this to salvo. Draft is 5 meters. Okay. So let's set torpedo depth to 3 meters. See what happens. All right. We are ready to fire. Back to our periscope. And... whew. Firing. Tube 1 away. Tube 3 away. All right. So now... I'm going to quickly check our layout here and see if everything's on the up and up. This looks pretty good, honestly. We might be behind on it, but that's okay. It's because I've got it set to a 90 degree, and it's not quite a 90. Given the difference between where I'm looking and where the target is, but I think we'll hit it once. Maybe. We're gonna find out. The one thing that's interesting... Oh, hey, baby! Not complaining about that. And I'd imagine the second torpedo went to the rear. I'm 100% fine with how this worked out. 100% fine. Okay, so if I'd done a little bit better on the angle on bow, I think we would have got 2 solid hits there. Alright, let's shut this down. Let's turn tracking to off. Change this back to single. We've got to reload tube 1. And that begins there. And we've got to reload tube 3. There we go. And that'll just tick up over time. That's great. Okay, so now we got to go ahead and try to do the same kind of idea on the other ships in question. Now, we've gone past this one by a fair bit, right? Yeah, so we're going to want to turn around. Or I could try to... I really can't try to figure out how to use the rear tube just this minute, to tell you the truth. Okay, so what I want to do then is let's bring engines up to half speed. Good. And I want to set our course to roughly 190. Yeah. 55, 800 is roughly there. So how far are we off by? I mean, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty spot on. That's not bad. I'm 100% okay with that, to tell you the truth. Wait, what? 124 divided by 113 times 1.94. 2.1. 2... just basically say 2. Angle on bow is still tracking. We're going to allow it. Alright, let's go... let's just do a single. No, let's do a salvo. I want to do a salvo. Let's do 1 and 4. Firing. Let's check our math. Looking pretty terrible for the second torpedo. That's twice now the torpedo is going way to the rear on the second torpedo. I might want to switch to single torpedoes only. I don't really know. Because the spread is massive, and I'm not sure if there's a way I can control. Damn it, do you know what? Somebody told me how to do that. You gotta set the length of the ship to roughly 75% of its length. I should have set that ship to about 100 meters in length. Yeah, I saw a video on that. Damn. Of course, I think of it now, right? Hopefully there's going to be a boom. I'm hoping for a boom. I kind of think it should have happened by now. Pretty sure I missed. Sure did. So what do you think I was wrong at? What do you think it is? What do you think it is? I was wrong somewhere. Pretty obvious. That's the other thing about this game. You don't have a way of tracking that. Like, it's just, you either hit or you don't. Like, you're just sitting there waiting, and you could be waiting for eternity. Alright. Give me half speed forward. Alright, we're gonna try that again. We are gonna try that again, people. That's a thing we're gonna do. Alright. Please get off the ladder. Thank you. Okay. So the speed we're assuming is correct. Let's go to dead slow, please. Dead slow I. Distance to target is approximately 6 is 530 meters, like I said. 530. Let's lower that a bit. Change this, the target length, down to, like, say 100-ish. Angle on bow is still updating over time. We look to be at almost a perfect 90, and that indicates the same. All right, I need tubes 2 and 3. I can't actually set tubes 2 and 3. Okay, so we're just gonna do a single shot. Tube 2. And says here it's going to take roughly 26 seconds. Okay, firing. Torpedo away. Like, not. Yes! Okay. Took a little bit of doing. Took some tries, but that's okay. Tube 1, tube 2, tube 4. Alright, where's my other target? There's one more target. We gotta find her. We gotta try to find her. Where you at, little ship? Where'd you go? Ooh, we might have gone way past her. I gotta cheat a little bit because she's missing. Oh, Jesus, okay. Multiplied by 1.94 gives me a speed of roughly 3.2. 3.2 is the ship speed. 3 and a bit. Draft is 3 meters, so we're gonna set depth to 1.5. And let's have a quick little look. Target is 300 and something meters out. Come on, help me out here. 300 and a let's say 340-ish. Okay, we are ready to fire. 2 tubes, firing. 1 away. Second away. Okay, let's see how we do this time. Bring her to a stop. Maybe, maybe, maybe. The torpedoes are flying. Oh my god, the torpedoes are flying. What? Okay, the long and short of it is I'm thinking they were duds, but they counted as a hit towards the tutorial. And also, I've never seen flying torpedoes, so I am 100% cool with this, to tell you the truth.